Hi everyone, welcome back to High Priestess Transmissions. I have a very special, very random actually, message for y'all today. I was not planning to make a podcast. I'm kind of doing a bunch of things at one time right now. But my gitana, one of my ancestors, one of my Romani feminine ancestors, is very much around me right now. And she's kind of channeling through me. And so I literally, you guys, because I have ADHD and my brain moves so quickly, I have learned the hard way over the years that when I get a transmission and a download and I feel my good spirits try to start channeling through me, I do what I gotta do. I'm like lightning, because I know if I go and say, okay, I'll get back to it in like 5 minutes, let me go do this first, the download and the energy will completely leave. So when she starts talking, I sit down, I get my phone, and whether it's for a podcast or I need to speak to a client or something, I allow her to use me as a vessel. And basically her message today is there are a lot of people in general, but especially within espiritismo and spiritism, that don't have a gitana or gitano within their spiritual court. And they're also not of Romani descent, so they don't have the non-ancestor spirit guides, and they also don't have the blood lineage, right? And there's a lot of people that get envious of people that have either Romani ancestry or Romani spirit guides within their spiritual court that are outside of their family. And I mentioned this in a post that I made about 2 weeks ago because I've talked about this with many espiritistas over the years. And we've kind of noticed this very common theme that people who do have Romani ancestors or spirit guides walking with them, we experience crazy, dare I say unnatural and insane amounts of envy, evil eye, negativity, jealousy, and even at times spiritual warfare. And we just get a lot of jealousy and envy from other people. And I've almost come to the conclusion that, because the people that hate on us and send us this jealousy and envy and stuff, it's not just other spiritualists, right? It can be non-spiritual people or people that are not really tapped into the other side or their intuition or anything like that. And I really believe that subconsciously they are picking up on that Romani energy around you that also lives within you, and they're jealous of it. And it's like they're just jealous of your energy. And this is why, like in my case, you know, I would have friends and stuff that would ask these haters, like, why do you dislike Nikki so much? Like, what happened? Or what do you, like, not like about her? And they're like, it's just something. I don't know. I can't figure it out. She just rubs me the wrong way. They literally cannot articulate it. And a good point that my gitana made before I sat down to record this podcast is these people and so-called spiritualists and espiritistas, not all espiritistas do this, okay, but some do. They have this energy towards us, and then they don't put two and two together and think, well, if I'm sending this person that these gitanos and gitanas care for, if I'm sending their descendant this energy, no wonder the Creator and God and the Divine would not want to give me a gypsy. And I've seen spiritualists, they will try to, especially if they figure out that a gitana or gitano is your main spirit guide. You're in espiritismo in Spanish, we say guia principal. Kind of similar to a guardian angel type thing, but one of the most prominent spirits within your spiritual court. If they figure that out, some of these people will do crazy things and go to extreme lengths to try to energetically block the connection between you and that spirit. And this is where, like, if you have Romani ancestry in your actual DNA and your lineage, you kind of have a little bit of an advantage because your physical DNA has part of their energy. Every cell within your body has a teeny tiny microscopic portion of that ancestor, right? So it's very, very difficult for these nasty practitioners that try to do these types of things to fully succeed, but they do try. I've seen it. And another thing that can happen, people will try to steal your spirits. I've seen people even try to set up altars for other people's spirit guides and work those and give them offerings. Basically try to bribe them. Or they'll try to trap them, like all this crazy stuff. And again, people don't self-reflect. They're not the people that do this shit, they're not self-aware, they don't self-reflect. And they don't understand that before you incarnate, God and creation and the divine, they are not dumb. They are ancient. They have been around much, much, infinitely longer than we have. They've seen all the tricks in the book. So before you're even incarnated in this existence, they already know the type of crap that you're going to try to pull. So if that's your MO, why would creation give you a gitana? And this can go for any type of spirit guide. But I'm just relaying to you guys something that I've seen many times and I've personally experienced many times over the years. And other espiritistas have encountered this as well. And another amazing point that she brought up was, if in your previous lifetimes you severely mistreated Romani people, you were racist, maybe you were a slave owner, maybe you stole from them, and much worse, maybe you abused the children and the women, caused them to be displaced or unalive them, all these hateful behaviors towards Romani people. And that's what you did in one of your past lives. Why would creation give you a spirit guide that comes from the same culture and ethnicity and background that you horribly mistreated? Why? So you can use and abuse them in the spiritual realm? No. Like, y'all, and I say y'all, I'm not literally talking to my audience. I'm saying y'all, I'm from the South. Y'all get it. Like, these people, they don't think. You know? And this is why, regardless of what types of spirit guides you have or don't have, take care of your Bovada or your ancestor altar or whatever you have to work with your spiritual court. Take care of them the best that you can. Okay? And if you are in the very beginning stages of your spiritual journey, it is in your best interest, and I'm not saying this to fearmonger anyone, it's just reality. Because there are some nasty, disgusting, evil, malicious practitioners out here. It is in your best interest, when you find out who your main spirits are, whether they're spirit guides, certain ancestors, Loa, Impungos, well, Impungos and Orisha, they're a little bit energetically higher beings, so it's a little different, but better to be safe than sorry. Keep your mouth shut. If you get a spiritual court reading from Nikki today, and you find out that you have a beautiful gitana ancestor, just like I do. Mine is actually my great-grandmother. Okay, for example. And I feel confident in my abilities as a spiritualist. They might want to challenge me if they want to. I can't stop them. But it's no secret that I'm part Romani. That information has been out for years now, okay? We all know who my gitana is. But anyway, if you find out that you have a strong gitana within your spiritual court, that's one of your main guides, or the big boss, the boss lady, keep your mouth shut. You do not need to run to Instagram and Tumblr and Facebook and TikTok and YouTube and Twitter and Substack and your blog screaming from the hills that you have a gitana. And let me be very clear. What God in creation gave you and assigned to you at birth, because that's what your spiritual court is, cannot be taken away from you by a human being and or a nasty low-level spirit. They just simply don't have the power and the authority no matter what they try to do. The best they can do is try to hinder you and try to block your spiritual gifts so that you can't feel them, hear their messages, whatever. But it's just, until you get to a certain level in your journey, it's just best to keep certain things personal. Unless you come across a reputable, trustworthy guide, spiritual teacher, reader, espiritista, etc., that you know with all your heart that you can trust. Okay? I'm not sure why my gitana is so fired up about this right now. She's not angry by any means. I don't think, at least. But she made good points. Number one, if the divine saw before your incarnation that you were going to be trying to take somebody else's spirit, they're just simply not going to give you that spirit guide because you're just low level. And number two is if you mistreated Romani people or whatever ethnicity that a certain spirit comes from. If you were racist towards African American people or African people in a past lifetime, don't get upset that you don't have a madama in this one. Just, maybe you can repent for your sins and fix it for the next go around, but you just gotta sit this one out. You have other spirit guides from other places. If you were racist towards Asian people in a past lifetime, same thing. Don't expect Asian spirits to help you. Okay? Anyway. The final message that she's wanting me to say is everyone's spiritual court is different. I know that within espiritismo, there are certain commissiones. We have Indios, we have Orientales, the Asians, the Arabes, the Arabs, Esclavos, Congos, etc., right? And many, many others. And I know that a lot of people have spirit guides that walk with them from the same commission, but you guys have to remember, most of these spirit guides were once human beings that lived and walked the earth. They're all going to be different. Even if they come from the exact same city and country and they lived at the same time and all that, they're just two different people, right? So part of the fun part about being an espiritista is if you are developing correctly, and evolving and not devolving. Over time, as your abilities grow and that connection with your guides gets a lot stronger, you get to know your spirits. They'll tell you their name or what they prefer to be called. They'll tell you their story, what they went through, what kind of lives they had, what they were good at. And a lot of these skills and stuff that they have, they were chosen to walk with us, to not only guide us and bless us and protect us, but they were also chosen to help us nurture those skills. Because we have kind of like a seed within us. And if that seed is properly nurtured and cultivated, then they can help us also have that amazing ability, whether they were a painter or a spiritual practitioner, an herbalist, a nurse, a doctor. Obviously, when it comes to other careers like nurses and doctors and stuff, you have to go to school for that now. But they can still teach you herbal remedies and stuff and certain knowledge about the body and illness and healing. So they can really help you not only tap into your spiritual gifts, but also other talents that you might have innately within you. Same thing with your ancestors. Okay? But she's basically saying, be appreciative of what God gave you, because the Creator and the Divine and your higher self gave you these energies for a reason. So instead of being envious of what someone else has that walks with them, appreciate what God gave you. You will get so much further, so much quicker, and so much easier. I promise. And, I actually came out with, or I am coming out with, it hasn't been released yet, a course on different cleansing and protection methods against negativity and against the evil eye, specifically that come from Greek Romani folk magic, in honor of my gitana. Because I saw this pattern happening in my life and other espiritistas when we have these beautiful Romani spirits, and some of us have them as ancestors, and we get so much envy, and I got effing tired of it. So my gitana was like, girl, teach them what you know. And even if you don't have a Romani or a aka gypsy, which is actually, please, y'all, if you can help it, please don't use at least the English word of gypsy. I know within espiritismo, we still use gitana and gitano very casually. But especially in English, it's a slur, okay? But just so y'all know what I'm talking about. Even if you don't have any gypsy spirits that walk with you, you can still take my course. If I come out with, like for example, I have my gitana amulet on my website at sirensnectar.com/amulets. You can find it on there. It's a beauty and glamour magic and magnetism and empowerment amulet. You can still welcome these beautiful gitana and gitano energies into your life. And while there are certain ancestral secrets that I have to protect, when it comes to the Greek Romani folk magic that I've been taught and that I practice, there's other parts of it that they give me permission to share with y'all. Because it works. It's very powerful. And if you're on the wrong side of things and you've been attacking a gypsy, or you've been mistreating them, there's some type of injustice there, especially if it's very severe, and those scales are way off balance karmatically, and you just really hurt this gypsy, and they put work on you, girl, good luck. you might as well... you're going to have to run to about 80 different Catholic priests and hope that one of them can get it off you. Because a lot of spiritual practitioners, the good ones, number one, they'll see that it was justified. Number two, if they're worth their salt and they know their shit, they will not jump into that battle, into that war for you with those Romani spirits. They're very tricky. They love to laugh and party and play games and have fun and enjoy life. But when it comes to the type of protection that these ancestors have over us, when we're on the right side of things, and we're just trying to carry out their legacy and do their good work that they didn't get to do when they were on Earth because they were fucking oppressed, and you try to come at a gypsy, and they know their shit? This is turning into a whole thing. Oh well. I don't think... I'm never, even if I'm telling a fib right now, you're never going to hear me say that I'm channeling my ancestors or my gypsies specifically, and I'm cussing. I'm not saying they don't cuss. I'm just, ethically speaking, I'm just not going to pass that blame off onto my spirits. Okay. Lord. I think her whole, synopsis is she's just still tired in the spiritual realm of the treatment that Romani people are subjected to. She's like, girl, I thought I was done with this shit when I transitioned. When I took my last breath, I thought that was it. And I come over here into the spiritual realm, and I'm just trying to help my baby, my great-great-great-great-granddaughter, or whatever. And these people that don't know me from a can of paint are trying to set up an altar to me and brine me with food and drink. I'm going to take the energy from the offerings and the cigarettes and the cigars and whatnot and the water and the jewelry. I'm going to take all that energy. I might even knock the shit over. But I'm not going to leave my descendant and be bribed. And how insulting to me of you that you think I am so lowly that I can be bought. We were bought enough in Europe. We were fucking slaves. You think I want to be bought in the spiritual realm? Are you dumb? Or are you well? That's basically the gist of what she's saying. And these gypsies, let me tell you something, they can see right through it. They are not God. They do not have the all-seeing eye. None of us do. But, they're pretty sharp. And there's a reason, going back to what I was saying about how if you screw over a gypsy and they throw magic at you, there's a reason that we have this stereotype of, like, you'll hear families, specifically a lot of white Caucasian families, and it's nothing against white people, I'm just saying what I noticed. I'm half white, I can't say shit, okay? You'll hear them say, oh yeah, my grandmother always told me that my great-great-grandpa did X, Y, and Z, and a gypsy woman put a curse on us, and that's why we still have bad luck 150 years later. And they're like, we can't figure out how to break this curse for the life of us. There's a reason you hear that talked about so much. It's very difficult to break. When it is done in a balanced, just, ethical, karmatically correct way. Because God and the divine has a soft spot for the Romani people. Not favoritism, but I'm saying that there are certain energies that look out for us because of all the shit that we've gone through on Earth for 1,000+ years. And it's also because even though the Romani people went through so much hell, that the way that our culture is like, we can have literally 1/5 of a piece of bread, and that's all we'll have to eat for the next 3 days, if we know if we'll even be able to eat ever again. And you're sitting next to us, and you're hungry, we're going to break bread with you. And that's why it bothers me so much when people give us the stereotype of being thieves. Because, like, if you only knew how generous that we were, it's like we're actually the complete opposite. We've been stolen from. You know? But my point is, there are many people, we try to do good on this earth. We believe in Bakst, V-A-X-T, which is basically good luck and good karma and good fortune that compounds and multiplies over time. Okay? And we just don't deserve the stuff that we've been through. And one thing I've always said that I appreciate about that part of my lineage is there's 2 things that we know how to do, as has been shown throughout history, because we're still here, despite all the BS that we've gone through. There's 2 things that we're very good at. Number 1, surviving. We're going to make shit shake and we're going to find a way. Number 2, we're also very good at cultivating joy and being happy. Even if we're in survival mode, we're still going to find things to be happy about. We're still going to find joy and gratitude and appreciation for the smallest things. If we have $3 in our bank account, and all that can buy us is our next meal and that's it, when we're eating that meal, we are going to be saying, oh my God, thank you so much. Lord, I'm going to be hungry in a little while after I finish this cheeseburger, and please spot me on my next meal so I don't go hungry, but I'm enjoying this fucking moment. I am so grateful, Lord, that little by little you always make a way for me. And I'm so thankful for this meal right here. Thank you so much. That's the energy that we carry. Okay. Whew, I need a nap now. Because don't get me wrong, like, my gitana, she's a very elevated, high level, high vibrational, very loving, fierce, protective, beautiful energy, and I love her. But I'm still in a human vessel. So when I channel like this, it makes me a little sleepy, you know? And also, when I get that tired feeling like I'm feeling right now, I know that's basically God and Spirit saying, good job, girl. You got the message through. Get some rest. Okay? Anyway, I love y'all so much. Many of my clients are familiar with my gitana. I've done rituals and certain things with my Romani ancestors on behalf of my clients, which, again, I can still do that type of work for you to help you, even if you don't have a gypsy background, or even if you don't have a gitana that walks with you. She's still willing to help you, as long as you're, of good character and of good faith. But a lot of y'all have sent offerings for her over the years out of gratitude and love and appreciation, and she looks out for y'all, and thank you. Especially those that have signed up for the pre-sale for my course, my Evil Eye course. It's coming out on April 1st. Thank you so much. You are literally helping me do my ancestors' work that they didn't get to do when they were on Earth. And helping me bring their visions to life. And as we do that, they're still alive. Some part of them is still on Earth and still living and multiplying. That's legacy, baby. And I'm so thankful that y'all love my content about Romani culture and gitanas and gitanos, and that you appreciate this. And I do it all from love for you guys and for them. Okay? Again, check out my Evil Eye course. If you're dealing with spiritual warfare, it would be very helpful to you. It's 9 modules, so 9 lessons total. It's on Teachable. And I included 2 bonus modules. One for blockbusting, which is a ritual where it does what it says. You learn how to bust down these negative blocks and obstacles. And then after that, there's a road opening module. So that once the negativity has been cleared and the blockages are moved away, you can open up your rooms again and attract some good stuff and get your good luck back. Excuse me. You can go to sirensnectar.com/courses to check out that course. Afterpay is available at checkout. Right now, the price that they're actual is $344. And on April 1st, after I launch it and it's released, the price is going to go up to $377. Okay? And for the lifetime of this course, if you purchase it, you will have access. Okay? And because my gitana, I'm not going to say, I don't like the term uses me as a vessel, because when you say that you're using someone, that has like a negative connotation, and I don't mind her using me as a vessel. When she flows through me, we'll say, and she tells me to do certain things and relay certain messages and information and wisdom to you guys, I'm going to do it the best I can. So there's a really good chance that I will add on to this course as time goes by, especially because it's really my first main course. I did come out with a glamour magic and beauty course last year, but this one, because I'm doing it in honor of my gitana and my ancestors, this is my baby. This is my legacy work. So it's like the golden child of whatever courses come afterwards. So I will be pouring a lot of love into this course as time goes on. And you can also check out my La Gitana amulet that's on my website at sirensnectar.com/amulet. I think it's with an S. Yeah, so amulets. And also, if you are curious, if you have a gitana or gitano that walks with you, or maybe you know that you are of Romani descent, and that is part of your ancestral lineage, and you need help connecting with your spiritual court, you can actually book a spiritual court reading with me at sirensnectar.com/booking, and it's on there on the appointments page. And I did decrease my prices. I had raised them for a little while, and it was tugging on my heart, and I always want to be as accessible to you guys as I can, within reason. You know, I still have to have boundaries, and I still have to eat, just like y'all do. But all of my readings and sessions, as of this moment, this may change in the future, okay? But as of this moment, they are all 45 minutes long, and the price is $101 US. And Afterpay is also available at checkout for my booking and services. It's not just on the products and physical items and course. You can also use Afterpay if you're booking a session, a service, okay? And the only one that is not 101 is going to be the 90-minute healing session, because it's 90 minutes instead of 45, so it's twice the time, and it takes a lot more energy, because we're actually doing healing work and getting to the nitty-gritty. That one is $177. Okay? But if you would like to explore me and learn more about my offerings, just go to sirensnectar.com. And just leave a comment if this resonated, if you've experienced this kind of stuff, of, people trying to take other people's spirits, if you even knew that this was a thing, because I didn't know for a long time. I didn't know. But yeah, it's like a whole... Never mind. I almost said something that could have been potentially offensive, and we're not going to go there. We'll call it energetic trafficking. There's actually people that try to trap and sell certain energies and certain spirit, and not in an initiated or elder way, like a proper traditional way. It's underground, spiritually. Just very low level and icky, and the spirit doesn't want to get trapped, and the spirit doesn't even want to go with the practitioner. But those same types of people that do that crap will also try to take your spirits and block them and just crazy shit. So for the beginning part of your journey, keep the secrets and information of your spiritual court to yourself unless you find a reputable and trustworthy guide, teacher, or elder. Okay? I love y'all so much. Thank you. Bye.